Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to start the video this way. I was trying to use this little clicker thing. By the way, my name's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. And I'm not going to start over because this will be the third time as usual. I'm always starting over. I got a phone call and I forgot what I was filming. So anyway, and I couldn't get my camera to turn off. So I'm sitting there rambling, talking to myself, trying to get it done. But you guys don't pass out. It's me. I'm back. I think I said in my last video that I was going to be coming back and filming more videos. And as you guys know, it's probably been, what, 2 months or more? I don't even know the last video that I filmed. In fact, I haven't even went back and looked at my channel thing on YouTube because I don't want to see if anybody's left me, and it'll make me feel bad that if they have, but that's okay. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. But anyway, let me get started. My name is Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. And it's kind of ironic because I've not been very crafty lately, you guys. I did get the hallway painted. I finished it actually yesterday. It took me about a week on and off, painting, and I finally got done, except I've got to go back and touch up some of the trim because I was rolling yesterday and I hit it, and that makes me so mad when I do that. But I already had this video pretty much filmed, so I hope I can remember to tell you guys everything that I want to tell you. Lord of mercy, let me have a sip of water. I normally don't keep bottles of water, but we went on a vacation and had some, and they're left over. But anyway, I'm not opposed to it. I just try not to use bottles of water. Okay, first I'm going to tell you guys what I've actually worked on and a couple of things that I've got planned to do next. And then if you want to stay and listen to my crazy life, what's been going on, feel free to do so. But I'll tell you the yarny stuff first. Okay. I had those Afghans that I made from the Lether Co. monthly clubs the past 2 years, and I had a bunch of leftovers. So what I did is I decided I was going to make a scrappy quilt. Afghan, not quilt. And so I bought it up in 2 or 3 of these things. Y'all, I'm knocking stuff off. I think they're called magic balls, where you just connect the ends, so you don't have to sit there and do it every time you change a color. And this is how much I've got done so far. It's a rectangle granny square. And I think Yarnspirations or something like that. I can't remember the pattern, but I chained 31, and then I started doing the little thing. And I followed another pattern. Y'all, I'm jumping all over the place because I haven't talked to you guys in forever, and I've almost forgot how to do this. I started one pattern, and I didn't like the way it looked in the center, but I like the way this one looks. See if I can find the actual center. It's actually that right there. They kind of, I don't know, I just like the way this one looked better. And I made the mistake of turning instead of just keep going round and round. And the color, it looked horrible. So I probably got about out to here, and I took the whole thing out and started over. And now I'm just going in one continuous, round where you join. Let's see if you can see. Well, there's where I've stopped. And then when I get up to the next one that ends this row, I just kind of go up and keep going around. You guys know what I'm talking about. But this is how much I've got done so far. It's a pretty big size. I'm kind of surprised about how big it's got, because I didn't think I had that many leftovers, but I've still got all this to do. And I think I'm going to actually border it with a dark solid color, I think. If I have DK weight 100% superwash wool, y'all, I can't talk. But this is what I've been working on. I've been working on it for about 2 weeks on and off. So I love stuff like that. I think the last Afghans I showed you were scrappies left over from other projects, except for the granny stripe. Anyway, I've got this thing a little too tight. Let me loosen it. This is part of the problem, is the carpal tunnel. But I was going to show you another project that I worked on. I was knitting this hat for Rowan, and I just dropped the yarn. And I've made some type of mistake. I can't find where I made the mistake, but it is there. So I'm probably not going to finish this. I was getting ready to start the decrease rounds, I think. I had to go 6 inches, but I've lost interest in this. I'm telling you, my Crow Joe and Knit Joe and all that stuff has just gone crazy because I've had all this other stuff going on, and I just really haven't had time to focus on crochet, sewing, anything. I've done nothing. But anyway, I'll tell you 2 things that I've got in the works or getting ready to start. In fact, I'm picking the yarn out for this today. It's a sweater by MJ's Off the Hook. And I'm going to make this for Rowan. I hadn't decided if I'm going to make it for the baby. And I keep calling him the baby. I know his first name. She will not tell me his middle name. And by the way, that's Sarah, my daughter, I'm talking about. But I don't think she's told everybody his first name. So I don't know if I can say it because she gets really upset when I let secrets slip. So, but anyway, I can't wait to make that. I think I love the texture. It's kind of got a raised rib. If I have paint on my fingers, I apologize, you guys. But I'm excited to do that because I like crocheting sweaters for Rowan because they kind of go fast and, you know, they're not that big. He is probably close to a 2T now. He'll be 2 years old, September the 22nd. Oh my gosh. Rollins, the other baby was born 24th. Anyway, the 22nd. He'll be 2, y'all. Where does the time go? I just can't believe it. But let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. Okay, about a few weeks ago, no, let me start over. Back in January, my husband hurt his back. He was getting on an airplane and he just tweaked it. But he had to sit on that airplane for about 5 or 6 hours. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm so thirsty, I'm about to die. Just hold on 1 second. Man, when he stood up, he could not hardly walk. I think I've told you guys this, but anyway, it has been unbelievable what this poor man's been through. He has went to chiropractor first because that's what helped him the last time he hurt his back. And he just wasn't seeing any relief. He went to start getting massages because that helped him the last time. And y'all, he was getting 2 to 3 a week just to be able to function, to be able to work. And it's just been awful. And you do realize during all this time, we have painted the entire interior of this house, which is 3 bedrooms, a hallway, this room, which is like the craft room, but it's actually like a living room, a den, the kitchen, and a dining room. And we still got 3 bathrooms, a bath, 2.5 baths, and a laundry room to do, which I don't even know when I'm going to start those. I need to just get it done, but I got so much stuff coming up that I'm not going to start another painting project. Oh, and we've painted all the doorways and all the trim. The doorways are still on the back porch because of Jeff's back. He can't put them in. I mean, it's just been awful. But anyway, and plus I still have about 3 or 4 more I still have to paint. I actually used a paint sprayer, and I love using that thing. It's kind of fun. And I highly recommend it if you've got a lot of doors to do, but because we took them off the hinges and took them outside, which we were able to do with a furniture dolly, but to get them back in and lift them up, it's just going to be too much for them because they're like those solid core doors and they're extremely heavy. I found out because I thought I was going to be Miss Handy Woman and take one down. And when I did, I thought, oh my Lord, I about killed myself taking that thing down. But anyway, he's hurt his back. And like I say, he's been to the y'all, I'm just rambling. Bear with me. I'll get there in a minute. He's been to a chiropractor, massage. Then I made him go to an orthopedist. And he actually went to an orthopedic urgent care, which I didn't even know they existed. And they took x-rays, and his spine, they said his spinal column looks great, but he does have 2 vertebrae that are kind of touching. And they think they know that it's entrapped the sciatic nerve. So he has been dealing with tremendous amount of sciatica pain. He went to the physical therapist, and that actually made it hurt worse. So he switched up his exercises, and it helped a little bit. But then he tried an inversion table, which has just been amazing, which if you don't know what that is, it's a table that you get on, and you can actually invert yourself completely upside down. He had one that he had gotten from somebody he worked with that was a really old one. I think he paid like $50 for it. And I was terrified every time he got on it. And I actually had to help him because it didn't have any, I mean, you either was up or straight down, so I'd kind of help him because I didn't want him on that thing by himself. But that was helping tremendously. So I called our insurance company to see if they'd help us buy one, because I wanted him to get one that he could actually, anyway, there's ways you can go kind of inverted and then totally and all this stuff. Well, they didn't, but our HSA card paid for it, which is like if you have a high deductible insurance, you can put money on a card. I don't know if you guys, some of you may have it and some of you may think I'm crazy and don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we were able to use that and get him one. So that has just been a total game changer. He's almost to the point of being pain-free half the days. But he does have to use that inversion table at least twice a day to get any relief. But it's kind of pulling the pressure off of his sciatic nerve. And if any of you guys have had sciatica pain, I did when I was pregnant with Sarah, it is miserable. So it has been a very emotional roller coaster. Y'all, I'm whistling. Did you hear that? Dealing with this, because it has brought him a lot of depression, and I hate to use the word depression unless you've actually been diagnosed with it. And I don't know why I feel that way, but that's just how I feel. He's been very, very sad. He's had a lot of moments of just it's just been sad. It's been so hard to watch him because he feels helpless. He feels useless. You know, I've done probably 98% of this painting, and it's just made him feel so guilty. But, you know, I don't mind it. I mean, you know, that's what marriage is all about. You take care of the other person and you pick up where the other person can't, you know, that type of thing. So anyway, that's been taking a huge toll on my mental health, basically, because I've just been, you know, when you love someone and you want to help them and there's nothing you can do to make things better, it's hard. So that's been going on. I have had terrible carpal tunnel that I developed back when we lived in Texas. I unpacked a lot of boxes really fast, so the guys would take the boxes when they left, and I'm telling you, I have suffered ever since. When I do something, I'm using my hands too much. And I think the painting is what's put me over the edge with this, because I would sometimes get it when I was crocheting, but since I've been painting, I'm telling you, it's kept me up at night. It wakes me up. I wake up in pain. And it's not necessarily a pain. I tried to explain to Jeff, it's more like when you have a leg go numb, you know, where it falls asleep, and that pain that you get after that, that's how I wake up a lot of mornings. So I've been wearing this thing, which it aggravates me to death, but it does help. So that's been going on. And also, let's see, we've actually went on vacation with our children and their families. We went to Orange Beach in Alabama. We'd planned it for months and months and months, and we had such a good time. 2 days the weather did not cooperate because the winds were so high that you couldn't walk out on the beach without getting sandblasted. I mean, it was horrible. But we had a good time spending time with them and everything. And we all stayed in one big room, had 3 bedrooms. It was like an Airbnb in an actual hotel. And that was nice because, you know, when you end up staying in separate rooms, you don't get to see each other as much. And I don't know, I enjoyed it being the mom, you know. And then when we got home, we went 2 weeks before, we went middle of June. And we got home, my husband and I looked at each other and said, you know, we didn't get any real good beach time. So we decided just impromptu to take off and went to Pawleys Island in South Carolina. And we went for just a few days right around the 4th. We actually found somewhere to stay very inexpensive. It was another Airbnb inside of a hotel. And we had an absolute ball. The weather was perfect. That beach is hardly anybody on the beach. And at the week of the 4th, I was kind of surprised. The weather was great. It wasn't overly hot. We just had such a good time. And he needed that. And I think I needed it. Just the two of us to just relax and not think about anything. You know, we're still dealing with settling Mama's estate. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but, you know, there's 2 other sisters, and she had a solar farm that she had leased out, and we got that to deal with. And my stepfather also had a peach orchard that eventually that became the solar farm, but there's the peach shed, if you will, and a little bit of acreage there. And there's some other acreage that my sister actually lives on, my youngest sister, that she's lived on for probably 30 years. And Mama's will stated that we have to sell that and the peach orchard and we've been dealing with all that, and it's been horrible. I really don't understand why she did that, but but that's what she chose to do, and that's what we're doing. So my sister's having to find somewhere to live. It's been very emotional because, like I say, she raised her children in that house, and it's just a big mess. And there's drama always, but we're doing good handling it. But it's just been very stressful, and being the oldest, I'm having to make a lot of decisions and try to think things through and do what's best. But anyway, we're dealing with that. And coming up in about 2 weeks, I know this doesn't sound too drama filled, but Lord of mercy, when you're dealing with it, it's crazy. In a couple of weeks, my middle sister is having knee replacement surgery. So I'm going to go to North Carolina and take care of her for a little over a week. I honestly don't know if she knows what she's getting into. I've done some research on this, and it is just, she's going to have a hard time. She's not in the greatest of health anyway. She's got spinal stenosis and has a lot of trouble with her back, and she's not in great health, and I'm really concerned. I really am. I don't know what she's going to do when I leave, but I have to leave because my daughter is actually having a baby shower. They're calling it a sprinkle because it's her second baby. Her and one of her real good friends, on August the 11th, they're having that. And of course, I'm making some cupcakes, and I'm making some mini muffins, and it's going to be like a coffee thing. And I've got things to do for that I can't do until just right before the shower. So it's just been a mess. I mean, just trying to deal with all this stuff. I mean, I've got a very blessed life, and I know that, and I'm so grateful for my life. But when you're the oldest in a family that has a lot of things going on, it sometimes will take a toll on you. And I've mentioned this before about how grief affects people differently, and I've just really not dealt really with it very well. It's been in a year, it'd be a year in October, and you reflect back, and if some of you guys don't know, my mom passed away. It's been something dealing with this. I'm wanting to cry now, and I don't know why I do this, but I don't know. It makes you reflect, and you always can look back and say, I wished I'd have done this, and I wished I'd have done that. But let me just give you guys some advice. Take it if you want. We had a very unusual relationship, my mom and I. I was the oldest, like I say, of 2 other sisters, and it was a challenge throughout our life. And I made some choices to not be present at times because I couldn't handle some of the things that was going on. And, because of that, I didn't go home as much as I wish now that I had of. And I feel very selfish. Now, I went home at holidays, and, it wasn't like I stayed away, but, I've lived away from home since I was 40, and I'm 57 now. So, I don't know. I just wish that I would have handled things better. But, hindsight is 20/20, and I loved her and she loved me. It's just, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. Just wished I'd done things a little different. But that's beside the point. But what I'm trying to say is, family drama causes you sometimes to make decisions that maybe you wouldn't make. I don't know how to word this. Just love the people around you. Love people where they're at in life. Love them regardless. And I do, and I have. That's not the point. But there's been, a time in my life I had to decide I need to love the person where they're at. I need to accept them for where they're at and know that that's all they have to give, and, it's going to be okay, which I chose to do, in the last several years. But I went many years with a lot of anger issues because I wanted to change people's situation, and you can't do that. And one day I woke up and thought, the only person I'm making miserable is me, and I just got to learn to change my outlook and expectations, and I did, and it made my life a whole lot easier. I know I'm talking very vague. I just don't want to get in to things that really basically is nobody's business. But, you know, anyway, just love people where they're at. Love them for what they can offer you and let go. That's all you can do. But anyway, boy, this video took a crazy turn, didn't it? But I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, I'm back. I'm going to be making all kinds of videos because I've got a lot of stuff coming up. Oh, I didn't show you this. I don't think I did. I might have shown you, but I think I did it in the last video, but I had to start over. But you see this? These sweaters, this is from Amazon. The sweaters, I don't know if you guys seen it on Pinterest or whatever, where they hand embroider the name on it. I had one of Sarah's friends ask me if I'd do that. I said, oh, of course. Never done it before in my life. I have no idea how to do this. But I have to have this done before the shower in August because her baby's due in September and it's for her new baby. This, my daughter's friend. So I've got to do that. And because I'm doing it for her, I have to do it for Rowan because Sarah has asked me to do her one for him forever, and probably a year. And I haven't done it. And I can't do one for her friend and not do one for Sarah. So that's something else I've got coming up. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. I've been dealing with a lot of mental health things, just dealing with a lot of stuff. And it has just squished down all my creativity and things. And it's just been a crazy time. So I hope to be back soon. I'm not going to promise anything. I would love to say I'm going to be back and have started this sweater and finished this one and show you guys. But I'm just going to do the best I can. But I cannot stand when people just totally disappear off YouTube. And of course, that's their right. But I'm such a nosy person. I want to know where people are at. But I'm still here, and I hope to be back soon. And thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions or anything y'all want to know, just leave me some comments. I'll be glad to answer anything, you know, within reason. I'm not going to get in on somebody's personal life. But, you know, anything y'all want to know about me, I'm pretty much an open book. I am who I am. I'm not perfect by no means. But you know, it is what it is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling like I always do, and I never get my videos ended. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.